But you said, nah, this need to be you.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Come on, Slime.
You laugh like that?
Nah, not like that, Slime. Come on. I ain't
the war report.
Somebody.
N.O.R.E didn't mind that. He didn't mind that.
N.O.R.E my mama mistake.
N.O.R.E was like, how come I tell people that when no one cares, but when Prodigy says it.
What you mean, how you a mistake? The ground.
They calling and saying, yo, Prodigy doesn't want to be a part of the record anymore. So we left Prodigy on the hook. We took his verse off.
Capone is finally spilling the real tea on what actually went down between N.O.R.E and Prodigy, and it's raising eyebrows everywhere. People are starting to ask, was N.O.R.E really just beefing? Or was he moving as part of something way bigger to take Prodigy out the game for good? For the longest time, fans thought the tension between Prodigy and Capone and N.O.R.E was nothing more than old-school street static. Some gossip from behind bars, a few misunderstandings, and your usual rap beef-type nonsense.
They put no. I gotta say that. I gotta say that because Marley wasn't privileged. Marley put in work.
But now, folks are starting to piece together a whole different picture. And it's wild. Some are now saying N.O.R.E might have been more than just a rapper caught in the middle. They're whispering about an actual plan, like a behind-the-scenes industry setup to shut Prodigy down once and for all. But what did Capone really say that's got everyone shook? What was the real beef N.O.R.E had with Prodigy? And was N.O.R.E actually tied to the alleged plot to silence Prodigy forever? Let's dive into the dirt. To understand why Capone's words hit so hard, you gotta rewind to the late 90s and early 2000s. Back then, Mobb Deep and Capone and N.O.R.E were reppin' Queens heavy. Real street soldiers, not some label-manufactured acts.
I didn't know nothing about the crime. I wasn't Killer's co-defendant. I wasn't there when the crime happened. I ain't speak to him after. I ain't speak to nobody after. But I gave a fake statement. Hey, it happens. But I didn't put nothing in there to incriminate nobody. But at the end of the day, when it came time to go to trial, they try to use that shit. Like I gave a statement. But go ahead, it's a lie. I don't care. Because Prodigy tried to say, oh, he gotta, what'd he say? He gotta take it up with himself or some fun like that. I'm like, my man, I'm a G. Let me tell you something. I bust my gun to the fullest in the hood, man. I did my crimes. I went up north. So in that time, when all that's supposed to happen, right after that happened, I came right back to the hood. I didn't go nowhere to hide. I didn't dip from nobody. I was in your face. I was in everybody's face. Nobody had nothing to say. Killer came home. He seen me numerous times in the street. We kicked it. Me and Hav kicked it. Everything. The nigga who say I snitched on was in the streets with me. With me, man, with me. Like it's not a mystery that he was in the streets with me. Then when I go to jail, he goes and runs with the I was with before I went to jail. So come on, I can't be that much of a snitch, B, because had ample time to say anything they wanted, to do anything they wanted. It's 17 years later, my dude. Now come find out you drop a book. You want to mention that? Yeah, everybody told me that to my face 20 years, 15 years ago. You could have told me that anyway. You could have tried to dead my career. But don't wait till now when you drop a book to try to glorify your life. Like it's all that crazy, like I'm just a snitch. I did my bid. I didn't do a bid just for holding my I never got punched in my face while having a gun on me.
They were out there earning stripes, not just spinning bars in a booth.
And we were talking about his book. He has his autobiography out right now.
Right.
And he definitely kept it real about everything from his point of view.
He did a lot of dry snitching, though.
From everything that happened.
He talked about people getting shot, people shooting.
Yeah, he definitely
fighting.
did.
He said it, and you. I like the way you put it. You tried to jazz. I like the way you put it. But
Now, Prodigy and N.O.R.E, they weren't tight like that, but they moved in the same circles. They jumped on tracks together, rocked the same stages, and definitely knew a lot of the same OGs. On the surface, there was respect, but behind the scenes, it might have been a whole different vibe. Things stayed calm until 2011 hit like a bomb. That's when Prodigy dropped his explosive autobiography, My Infamous Life. That book shook the game to its core because he wasn't holding back. He named names. And one of those names? Yep, Capone. That changed everything. Prodigy didn't hold back in his book, and one of the wildest claims he dropped, that Capone allegedly took the stand in a case linked to Havoc's brother, Killer Black. Now, whether that claim was true or not, just putting it out there in black and white was enough to set off a firestorm. Capone wasn't having it.
Played a clip of this is Havoc, right?
This is Havoc.
Talking about Prodigy.
Yes.
We'll say allegedly just to cover our ass, but this is Havoc.
I don't got nothing against gay people or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, look, your son, look, watch, and then this in the jail, come out from the woodworks, and they're gonna tell you what the this was doing. He gay. I had to smack him like a month and a half ago when we was doing the South by Southwest.
Now explain what he just said, Charlamagne.
He basically said that his former partner in rhyme, I don't want to say former because I guess they're still together, Prodigy is gay and there's dudes in the jail that are going to come out the woodworks and back up his story, and he actually smacked Prodigy a month and a half ago at the South by Southwest show.
And that's when N.O.R.E decided to join the chat and confirmed that was Havoc's voice. But that's not all he did. He also made a shady comment directed at Prodigy, talking about how the cat's gonna be let out of the bag soon.
I think that it happened, things like this been happening over years. We've been hearing rumors. And even though, you know, he probably gonna come and he's gonna deny it, I think that the cat will be let out the bag very soon.
He hit up interviews, heated, daring Prodigy to call him a snitch to his face. It was intense, but fans weren't buying the tough talk. They wanted answers. Why would Capone ever take the stand in a case that wasn't even about him? And if it was false like he claimed, why hadn't he squashed the rumors with facts back then? Then N.O.R.E jumped in and made things worse. He backed Charlamagne when he accused Prodigy of dry snitching, just for writing the book in the first place. That move had fans questioning N.O.R.E's loyalty, especially with how deep Queen's ties run. It was messy, but eventually, things seemed to cool down, at least for a minute. Prodigy took to social media to set the record straight. He posted, "I don't know why people are saying I beat N.O.R.E up. That's not what my book says. And that's not what happened. Read before you speak." He made it clear. He wasn't claiming any wins or losses in that situation. He was just telling his truth. It happened, and I told the story. That's what autobiographies are about. Real life. After that, N.O.R.E responded with a short but telling message, "My ninja." And just like that, people thought the drama was dead and buried. But nope, it didn't last long. In 2012, Havoc blew the lid off again with a scandalous Twitter rant accusing Prodigy of being gay and even allegedly sending love letters to men while locked up. Havoc tweeted, "I got ninjas in the jail system to back up that Prodigy was smashing homies in jail." That accusation sent shockwaves through the rap world and reignited every buried grudge. "Prodigy proved me wrong, please." That's what Havoc said when he kept pushing the wild claims, hinting that people who were locked up with Prodigy knew the truth. But Havoc didn't stop there. He cranked it up even more, claiming he smacked Prodigy and was ready to do it again. He posted, "I had to smack P. Ask him. Let's do a one-on-one, me and P." Then he added that Prodigy would never actually face him and started clowning him hard, calling him a Long Island B and questioning if he was even really from Queensbridge. But here's where it gets even wilder. Havoc tried to walk it all back by claiming, wait for it, that his phone was stolen. Seriously? He said he didn't post those tweets and tried to act like someone else had gone rogue on his account. Too bad for him. An audio clip popped up soon after. And guess what? It was Havoc's voice, loud and clear, repeating the same explosive accusations. He even doubled down and admitted again that he had smacked Prodigy. And just when things couldn't get any more chaotic, N.O.R.E jumped into the chaos. He confirmed that the voice in the audio was Havoc. But he didn't stop there. N.O.R.E threw in a shady little jab of his own, saying, "The cat's gonna be let out the bag soon." Like, what's really about to drop? But then N.O.R.E tried to clean it up, saying he was just joking. When asked if he actually believed what Havoc was saying about Prodigy's sexuality, N.O.R.E didn't confirm or deny. He just shrugged it off with, "Ask Havoc." By that point, though, the internet had already exploded with rumors. Some fans were calling it all a clout chase, especially after Prodigy himself later said they milked the drama. But others were convinced there was something way deeper going on. Now jump to today, and things between Capone and N.O.R.E? Not looking solid. Word on the street is that Capone's been keeping his distance, not vibing with N.O.R.E like he used to. Allegedly, he's even telling folks behind the scenes that he's not feeling how N.O.R.E moves in the industry or the company he keeps. Something's definitely shifting in that camp. Now this is where things take a dark and chilling turn. People forget Prodigy wasn't just rapping about street life. He was going deep. For years, he called out the music industry, the prison system, the government, and secret societies. He didn't play it safe. He spoke loud and clear about the shadowy elites controlling the industry, and even accused them of some twisted behind-the-scenes crimes. He wasn't hiding it either. He straight up said he wasn't scared to die if that's what it took to expose the truth. He knew the risk, and he took it anyway. That's why fans were shook when the news broke in 2017 that Prodigy had suddenly died, reportedly from choking on an egg while in a hospital bed. But here's the kicker. At the exact time of his death, Prodigy was in the middle of working on a musical all about the Illuminati. Yeah, you read that right. So when the official story hit the press, people immediately started side-eyeing it. A lot of fans didn't buy the egg explanation, and the timeline just didn't sit right. But guess who was quick to brush it all off? N.O.R.E. In a recent interview with Havoc, when someone brought up the conspiracy angle, N.O.R.E immediately shut it down. He labeled the whole thing a conspiracy theory, just some made-up talk. And while Havoc was right there during the interview, N.O.R.E kept trying to get him to co-sign that it was all nonsense. But fans weren't convinced. They saw it as N.O.R.E trying to control the narrative, maybe even silence the questions. One thing's for sure, Prodigy was on a mission to expose something big, and then suddenly, he was gone. Coincidence? A lot of people don't think so. Now here's where the story gets real twisted. Some people believe N.O.R.E was just trying to protect his industry ties, keep those corporate bags rolling in, but others think it runs deeper. That maybe, just maybe, he knew more than he let on. Or even worse, that he played a role, not in some direct setup, but in discrediting, gaslighting, and isolating Prodigy when he needed real ones around him the most. And if N.O.R.E was really just joking when he co-signed those rumors about Prodigy's sexuality, why keep his name swirling in negativity after the beef was supposedly squashed? Why keep throwing shade instead of letting it go? That's what fans are questioning. And now, with whispers that Capone is backing away from N.O.R.E, keeping quiet, not tapping in like before, some people are saying Capone might know more than he's letting on. Maybe this is his silent way of stepping away from something he doesn't want to be part of anymore. No matter how you slice it, the cracks in the story are showing. And the deeper you dig, the less this feels like just some old-school rap beef. In an industry this dark, the ones who climb to the top and stay there usually follow the rules, stay silent, keep their heads down, play the game. But the ones who speak out, who question too much, they get pushed out, or worse. And Prodigy? He spoke too much. He asked too many questions. And now fans are straight up saying, it's no coincidence he died under such suspicious circumstances. Meanwhile, N.O.R.E got rewarded. Corporate deals, big platforms, ties to revolt. So now the streets are asking, did N.O.R.E make it to the top because he played along? Was he rewarded for staying in line? Or maybe even for helping keep someone else quiet? Was N.O.R.E compromised? And when you go back and look at how he handled Prodigy, do you still think it was all just jokes? Or was there something much darker at play? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and let's keep this conversation going. Catch you in the next one.